Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I figure why not, without a doubt, talk about this film. That's why I talk about this film. It's another video nasty, for the video nasty is what I'm going to be doing. Again, just like Zombie Theaters, this is directed by the same director, being Lucy Foltzer. Now Lucy Foltzer is no stranger when it comes to the blood and gore, and you can definitely see why he's considered the godfather of the blood and gore. And this one's definitely is blood and gore. Nowadays, you see this a total classic, and yes, it was on the video nasty list. That being City of the Living Dead. Say it again, City of the Living Dead. Come out in 1980. You could say it's supernatural, you could say it's voodoo a little bit, and you could say it's a bit like a zombie film. And it is in many ways, it is. So we're going to start. You get a bit of cheapy music, which is like typical of the Nazi folks there. Then you get this priest, like a vicar, a priest. Fuck, I took on a priest. And he fucking hangs himself. Why? I don't fucking know. He's a dick. But he hangs himself. I don't know. Maybe the stock market was going shit and he was in the stock market. How the fuck do I know? But he hangs himself anyway. He has an hanging time. And you get this piece a lot all the way through the film. I don't know what the fucking hell he's in the film for. It's a bit weird, but he's in the film anyway, right? And I like this. It's like nerving in parts. It's bits where the city looks like a desert. You got the wind blowing in the background. You get a bit of cheapy music, and you get this woman, as I say, it's like pretty in that era. And the funny thing is, she appears in three of Foltzy's films. She appears in this, of course. One year after, she appeared in The Blonde, and she also appeared in House by the Cemetery. So she plays a psychic, and she's sensing what's going on. She's steaming like a fucking dickhead, and she falls down brown bed. Well, that's at the end of her. Well, not really. What do I mean, not really? Well, they think she's dead. They've got these bobbies, and they're going on about weird shit. And they go to bury her. And you got this one guy, sort of like a detective. And I like this actor, actually. He's been in a few things, and, he has sort of like a presence about him. He has a presence. And he hears the stats because she's woken up and she realises, you find out she's not dead. She's being buried alive. And this is a bit always asked me wondering a lot, did Wes Craven see this film? Now, if people want to wonder what the fuck I'm on about, if Wes Craven see this film, there was a film in the late 80s called Servant and a Rainbow, where a guy gets his things bone in his face, and they think he's dead and they bury him alive, and he wakes up and realises he's buried alive. That's what it sort of reminds me of. The only difference is it's a woman who's buried alive. And she starts singing and screaming, the guy hears it, and he slams a fucking suffle in the fucking coffin, and he breaks her out. There's a few actors here and there that have been in a few video nasties. There's one that was a cemetery dive when they were going to bury her. He appeared in Cannibal Fairlock, and he also appeared in Cannibal Holocaust. And there's this one guy, I'm going to call him the unlucky guy, because almost in every one of these video nasties, he gets killed. He was funny enough as in Cannibal, if I remember right there, Cannibal Fairlock, and he was also in House by the Edge of the Park. Same there, he's in this. In every fucking film he does, he gets killed. And he does in this. And I kind of feel sorry for him, really, because people call him a pervert and all this, but it never explains, is he a pervert? It never explains what he's done or anything. No, he's in this place, and this Bolt Joe, I'm not making this shit up, a set Bolt Joe comes out in the middle of nowhere and blows up in front of him, and he's laughing, hysterical. So it's like they make him a pervert. He just sees a bolt, set still blowing up in the air, and he thinks, what the fuck does that come from? So he's laughing like a dick. Then he sees these maggots and worms, and it freaks him out. He sees that guy, the one who's hanging, and he does a ton of one-off. They've got a couple making out, and that fucking hanging man comes back, and then you state scene, this is an iconic scene where blood is coming out of this poor woman's eyeballs, and then she vomits a fucking ducks. I'm not making this shit up. She literally vomits a fucking ducks out. And then, if that's not bad enough, this thing gets his dime, it's this fucking stool out, she have his fucking brains, just beautiful. But the unlucky guy is making out, this dude gets attacked by the weird piece, and he just worms in her face, and he gets accused of it, and he's innocent. But he's hiding in a car, right? He's hiding in a car, and this girl's trying to make out with him, and the father comes in. He's been accused of this death of this poor girl, and we all know he's innocent. And what does the father do? Doesn't beat him, doesn't slap him, doesn't knock him the fuck out. No, he gets him, gets an electric chill. He's looking like a multiple patrol chill thing, and stuffs his fucking head right in it and kills him. Really daft. It's the chill there, goes all the way there and out the other end. Very traffic. So that's why I call this poor bastard the unlucky die. And like I say, you got this woman who was buried alive. She meets up with this other couple. You see the same actors. I always like fancy these actors back in the day. Who, funny enough, was also in a video nasty. She was one who was in Eaten Alive. What was a cannibal film. Always had beautiful eyes. I always liked her eyes. I always thought she had very pretty eyes. Well, along the road, this girl of the zombie keeps coming up, and he's got this little boy, and he's freaking out. And the woman with the pretty eyes gets half her head ripped out, and she gets killed. There's one of the iconic photos, which is sort of the same as I liked her. She was pretty. And you do get a psychiatrist. I never really rated this actor. I thought it was a bit wooden, to be honest. I could either take him or leave him. And they go in this underground thing, and the only thing with the zombies, when you do get to see the zombies, I don't like the fact they're jumping, they're appearing here, they're appearing there. I just wish it was like zombie flesh eaters, when they're walking slow, like the old type of zombie films. I don't really like that. One moment here, then one moment there, one moment in a pub, attacking these people in a pub. I thought it just pissed me off that. I just wish they just made it like the old zombie films. That's what I mean by it's a sort of like a zombie film. So they go inside in this cemetery, and they destroy and burn what was left of this piece, what's now, the one that hung himself. And the only thing that pisses me off is the guy who I like, the one who had a bit of a presence, that girl, the one with the pretty eyes, she turns into a zombie and rips a big chunk out of his brain, which I just felt was just an excuse to sow blood in door. In my eyes, it was an excuse to sow blood in door. And it's the same, I just felt they should have just killed the guy with the beard, the one I didn't like, the one that I thought was made out of wood. I wish they just killed him off and kept the other guy. But they didn't. So they killed the one who I like and keep the fucking wooden actor. So, like I say, they destroy the zombies, and you think it's going to be a happy ending, but this has to be one of the most stupidest fucking endings I've ever seen in a movie history. Because to come out, you think it's going to be a happy ending. The little boy that lost his sister was turned into a zombie. He's running out going, ah! And then they're screaming, saying, no, don't come near us, not come near us. And it breaks up like a shattered piece of glass. End of fucking movie. Well, believe it or not, when they was doing City of the Living Dead, there's a bit of history there. Because what happened was the stupid person who was editing the film lost the original ending of the film. So they had to just fucking improvise and put this stupid ending in, which you don't know whether the woman and the guy got killed, whether the zombies are going to come back, any of this shit. You never got to know that because it just satyrs. They're streaming like idiots. The kid thing is, it pauses, end of fucking movie, and then my patience. Because to me, I thought that just ruined it. Just do an alter fucking ending. Just redo the ending again if they didn't fucking do it. But they didn't, because it was last minute of the time. They just fucking spiced some shit in and called it a fucking day. I do like the bit where the priest gets a spear in him, and he's going to do the same thing to the woman what he did to the one that vomited ducks. And like I say, the guy with the beard, the piece of wood, I'm a piece of fucking wood, shoves a spear in his ducks and kills him. And like I say, it's just a fucking silly ending. Now, there's a good bit in it where they used, I believe it or not, loads of voters used a big dock-off fan, used real maggots, and these were like 100, and I mean fucking 100 maggots he blew on the actors. So these actors was getting snowy maggots. So I got me, that's what I'm trying to make me chuckle. The fact that they used loads of worms, loads of real maggots, not this shitty ass shit. I do admit the zombies look a bit cheaper. The one with the worms in her eyeballs looked a bit cheaper. There's the one where this guy's working in the cemetery and he's nicking belongings and he puts his hand in the coffin and he got an idea one of them's a zombie. bites his fingers off. But like I say, the zombies just sort of pissed me off that they're just jumping. There's one bit where one jumps over a fucking gate like a fucking knob. But for a fantasy sort of a zombie film, it has that sort of Doffit feel, that sort of Hammer House feel. So I don't mind City of the Living Dead. If you're going in it for blood and gore, you're going to get it in buckets. It definitely is cheaper. It's definitely hysteria. You can definitely see why Lothar Photos was considered the godfather of blood and gore, especially in this. And it's sort of like made fearful. One year after, he did The Blonde. Same there, he did City of the Living. There's this City of the Living Dead there. Say it again. One year after this, he did The Blonde. Same there, he did House by the Cemetery. I meant to say, but City of the Living Dead. It's not a bad one. It's not bad out of your time. Fuck it. I'll give it a 4-star rating. Not as my favourite. My favourite would have to be Zombie Fess Eaters. I love Zombie Fess Eaters. Bite me. But if you're going in for blood and gore, the dubbing's not the best, but in these type of films, then you're going for amazing dubbing. But if you're going for blood and gore, an old sort of stool horror movie, an old stool sort of a ghost story, and all that, you're definitely going to get it. So fuck it. 4-star rating from me. Into then. Be smart. Be safe. See you later.